Magandang araw. Welcome po kayo dito sa Growing Greens Farm. This is located here at Barangay Sudlon Ono, Cebu City. Alina! I am Oliver Patling Rao, 63 years old. Just retired from the Department of Agriculture. Now I am into farming. We started with herbs, salad, and now we are now into production of potted herbs and some ornamentals being distributed at the different supermarkets, malls of this city, Cebu City. And we are now into the production of more and more plants because there's a big demand at the malls. No, there were groups like metro groups of chain of malls, and we had also the SM malls. So it will requires a lot of plants, resources in order to establish fully and sustainable volume of production to be delivered twice weekly and throughout the years, no? Because here, this business, we will not be only delivering once a week, maybe twice or three times a week, and that will cover for the rest of the years. Like for example, we were been there for 3 to 8 years, so it requires a lot of time, requires a lot of plants, requires a lot of varieties of salad, herbs. So that's it. We need to upgrade also our system so that we could facilitate and improve the existing markets. What we have here now is that before we have only one, it increases into 5, and then later on it is expected to have another 20 or more branches in this province alone. So that is a big resource required to be maintained and to help expand everything here. It's nice to have it this kind of venture, because for the last 3 to 5 years or 3 to 8 years we've been there and we had been sustainable, and we are now into another chain of stores. So it's good business. I was working before at the Department of Agriculture. I started working at 1980. I started from the very low item, and that was just artificial breeding technician. I grew up into a livestock inspector, and then researcher, and then becomes a center chief, and became the lead coordinator of the corn program for the region. And I had been working with the United Nations FAO at South Pacific program, and then with the rationalization program I opted to retire. And after my retirement, I was hired by the French Red Cross to help their livelihood program, and then help some other schools to develop their agricultural program under TESDA. And I teach a lot of students, a lot of farmers. Then we established demo farms and everything. So now, aside from maintaining our farm, we had also some sidelines like that. And then I started working at again 1980, become provincial, national employee, and then researcher, and then work abroad for a little time. And then now here, still love to work in the farm. So 2013, I opted to retire, and farming makes me feel happy. When we started farming, it was just a hobby of having herbs, having salad, and from time to time we had a time to gather some new varieties, new species of herbs, new species of salad. Like, for example, when we started the salad, we have the arugula, but some demand, like baby rockets, the small or wild arugula, there's a big demand from the big hotels like Shangri-La. They were buying it from us. And when we started some herbs, we tried to plant for our own use. But gradually, we expanded the number of plants, the number of plots. We were able to have a bigger supply. Now, when we have this bigger supply, some of the hotels and restaurants were buying it from us. Like, for example, the Timad Bistro, it is a foreign-owned, managed by some of the European businessmen. They were buying it from us, the salad, the herbs. So, since we were able to supply and maybe we were able to satisfy their requirements, they are still our customers even now for more than 7 years. Aside from those, like for example, is dragon fruit. A friend of mine just gave me a piece or two dragon fruit cuttings. We tried to plant it here just for a trial because again, this type of plant is considered as cactus, and cactus doesn't love so much of water. So we have it here planted, and we were trying to have it establish it here, and then to my surprise, and not even a lot of fruit, but it is even much sweeter compared to the other, because as we know, when these fruit crops are planted in higher elevation, makes the fruit much sweeter. So from there, we expanded from few plants. Now we have hundreds. So according to some or many of our customers, they said our dragon fruit looks much better. So this our dragon fruit is so smooth compared to the others, and according to what we had experienced or what we had harvested, grows good. We had an average of 600 to 700 grams per fruit, and some of our fruit reaches more than a kilo. So yeah, and there's a lot of demand from it. So whenever our customers were able to taste or to buy our products, they need to have more and more. They demanded to have more products to be delivered into them. So again, I would say when you have well-drained, although our area here is totally the higher part of the highest rainfall throughout the province, but when you do the proper or go away with the stagnant water, you could produce a lot of fruit. And one of our secrets here to have more fruit is that we were able to have or establish within the farm, we have the colonies of the stingless bees. These stingless bees are responsible to pollinate our dragon fruits, especially during the very early times of the day, because the dragon fruit will close their flowers at 8 o'clock in the morning. So our bees, our stingless bees, plus our local bees living in our forest, they are the one responsible to have pollinated our dragon fruits, and we have a lot of production per unit area or per tree or per plant, no? So here, for the dragon, not only for the dragon fruit, but for our chayote, for our citrus, we need to have pollination, good pollinators, and we have the stingless bee or trigonola. We had also the Apis cerana, and we have also Apis dorsata living here in our forest, in our own property here. So by doing this, we try to conserve our forest. We try not to have a lot of burning in our field, so that we will not be driving away the pollinators. So that is it. And then in some cases, Like for example, our rabbit, we started with only 2 heads. Now we have more than 100. We have sold a lot, we have eat a lot, but they keep on growing, expanded, and we're even out of the cage because they reproduce too much so rapidly. Our problem is where to put them because they have multiplied a lot. And one good thing of this rabbit, since our area here has a lot of rainfall, a lot of water, a lot of moisture, our napier grass and some other grass, they are growing so wild. So we never run out of feed for the rabbits. A lot of grass. Then we never out of feed for the rabbit. And then even though this population will double, will triple, we cannot consume all the grasses here. Maximizing your resources within your area. So speaking out of the resources, rabbit manure is very good for our dragon fruit, for our calamansi, for our American lemon, Baguio lemon, and some other herbs. They are very great resource for fertilizing our own crops. Aside from those, we started with some other animals. We have few chickens. During the pandemic, we never go out this place, but we were able to manage our resources. So we have fresh eggs every day. We have the vegetables. We have the meat. Because we have the meat from the chicken. We have the meat from the rabbit. If you wanted to have roasted pig, we have also before. We had, if we want to have lechon rabbit, we have native chicken. So basically, the requirement for meat and eggs are just here. Requirements for spices and herbs, salad is also here. And aside from those, we have also fish. So we are tired of eating meat, we have fish. In this particular area, you don't need to go out and buy for more. For the straight pandemic time, which is about 2 years, we were just here, enjoying the produce of the nature from meat, vegetables, herbs, eggs, fish. They are just here in a 3-hectare area. And then aside from those, when I come to visit Davao, I was able to buy 3 pieces of disc roll variety of strawberries. Now we are producing strawberry jam. Aside from being we harvested fresh, but because of the short shelf life of the fruit, we opted to have it processed into jam. And along the side of the strawberries, we also have this gerbera. It is not really designed to make a lot of money, but when we have it, we were just having it just for the sake of minimizing soil erosion. We upgraded our area here to collect more varieties and new varieties of gerbera coming from different locations, and I guess we have more than 10 varieties as of this time. So it will help also to have this area here to become more colorful, meaning when they are very colorful, it will also attract tourists here. In the long run, we might advertise this area for agritourism. What are the things could we offer? We could offer fishing, lechon, rabbit lechon, but one of the major thing that we could offer to them is the tea after their dinner, after lunch. Here we had also dragon fruit. We started growing. Just an eye view of these plants will grow better, because our climate here, or specifically the rainfall is totally different from the rest of the province. This growing greens is a family business. We have DTI, we have also the city hall, the business permits, and everything here is legal, and we have all the permits required for these establishments. The very first vision here is we just wanted to enjoy the farming. And while doing the farming, we noticed that there's a big business lies ahead. Like for example, we just started with few things. It grows. When it grows, other people visited here. We saw some importance. We saw some prospects. Before, we are the one who visit the other firms who will be interested to us. But nowadays, other institutions wanted to visit us here. Before, we are trying to market ourselves or the farms to them. Now, they are the one who's coming to the farm to make business with us. First, why did we have this? Because it's a love of farming. And then, as we go along, as I said, there were lots of opportunities. They know me as an agriculturist before. So aside from those, I was making also as I submit to other people's needs, like they need some help. I went to their farms as a consultant, as a business partner, as everything. So from there it grows because maybe with a word of mouth. When we started this business or farm, we're not thinking of a business before, but the Department of Agriculture also help us. Like for example, the water tank, before the concrete tank at the back, it is provided to us by the Department of Agriculture. So this water here was being distributed to the farmers below. One of the biggest expense before is land development. How to make these plots because it's rolling or sloping. So here the cost of development for the land is quite high because for every 1 or 2 linear meters you have to pay about 25 to 50 pesos per linear meter. So one of the major costs of the farm operation is the land development. Since I was working during that time, it's alone. It's 5'6". One of my daughter, since we started with just paying a little amount of money to the owner every month, coming months, and then here comes my daughter wanted to have this area here, so she paid about X amount of money. She made the things that later on belongs to us. So one of the major problems in crop production first was the source of water, because here there's no spring. The water comes from the other mountain. I was looking for money, and thank God I was able to get that money, and we were established a 2.4 kilometers of pipeline to bring the water in. So we were able to get water. And the other thing, because we have now the water, we have the land, so in order to maximize the area is to plant more, raise more animals. So that's why they were able to have such a production. Production-wise, aside from the maintaining the soil fertility, feeding for the animals, I guess comparing to the period when we started the project, I guess we are more capable of doing bigger and bigger projects for this. So we started with as a family enterprise or family use, but along the way, a lot of people is trying to inquire to us, ask us if we could supply them, and then little by little we were able to expand. And one good thing of this business is that not all of the farmers are into this business. Sooner or later, all of this area here will be focused by planting herbs. Only herbs because there is a big market. Before, we're just looking it as for the use, but now it's beyond for our family use. The demand plus our connections and a lot of government agencies helping the farmers. If the farmers knows how to have linkage with these government offices. We started with only one store before, and it becomes double, 3, 4. Now we have 5 SM outlets. And just now we are working with metro chain of stores, and I guess we have more than 20 outlets. Of this time, most of our products at the supermarkets are potted herbs, some ornamentals, and for the hotels and restaurants, these are the sweet basil. We cut the basil and some other herbs and deliver to the hotels and restaurants. But for say pork, baboy, fattening, just for the local markets. First, they are here as a worker, but when they are here as a worker, they also learn. So working, earning money, and learning. So while they're here, they learn and they apply also in their homes. They were just merely a worker now. They learn. And while we are here, we also try to connect to other farmers here. So we formed an association. We reach out cooperatives for the finance, not only for finance, for marketing and some other assistance. So not necessarily, when I was here, I just also see to it that my neighbors will also be upgraded, or we can go together to make markets. So like here, we are one of the clusters here. So I produces the herbs while the others are producing other vegetables, and we try to collect it in one place from here and then deliver it to the market. These projects here are being coordinated with LGU. We are closely monitored or in touch with the LGUs. Like for example, our fish ponds, the local government units provided us the pond liner, while the Bureau of Fisheries, they provided us the fry. So from the local government units, we have the barangay. Sometimes we have meetings with all the farmers in the barangays, and we talk from the barangay to the city agricultural department, to the national governments, the provincial governments. We have the linkage. So it is easier for us to connect these agencies, especially Ahmad. When you have to have this business, First, you should know if you really love the business. Second is, do you really need these things? Like for example, when we started, that's for our own use because we love to eat nice food, nice flavor, nice for the health, nice for everything. But it turned out into business. It doesn't mean you have to have this right away as a business, but you may try. Because if you don't love this also, like for example, we had this pandemic, there was no buyer, there's nothing. Because we love it, we need it, we use it, we keep on doing it until there's an opportunity for us to grow and grow and grow bigger. But giving some technology to other farmers. Since I'm an agriculturist, I started from scratch. The Department of Agriculture provided me the opportunity to attend some trainings, the Agricultural Training Institute and some institutions like Picard, Bar, the DA in itself, even my instructors before coming from UP, for AI, and for those people that may be interested in this production system, which may be totally different from the others, I could share this knowledge, this information through my FB, Oliver Patlingrao, and my email account. We can have also my growinggreensfarm at gmail.com. And for my personal cell phone numbers, you can have my 0928 8281464, my smart account. When you start the agribusiness like this, you have to learn it from the very knowledgeable persons, because if you don't get the right idea, if you don't get the right things to do, it might be costly for you to start. So go to your nearest knowledgeable persons. So meaning, if you say knowledgeable person, it doesn't mean only the agriculturist can do, but also the experienced farmers. Sa pagsasaka, may masaganang ani at mataas na kita.